Arise, shine for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. I want to take a step without preaching all the beautiful things you do.
This is something you gotta want. Every time you
Hey, tell the truth, we keeping it P. And it's 3 different ones, let me say what the first one mean. I'm positive things that I do, cause I got a bright light, don't dim, gon' shine through me. Jesus paid our way by keeping it peaceful, and the right you feel it through me. Ain't scared of calling our God, just join his name, so much he do for me. Prescent, tell me what you think that mean. Misbelief with faith and watch you achieve. Ain't nothing that God can't bring, can't play me, I'm not one of them. I never back down like Job, I never retreat. If you live in the day, it's never too late. God home is all we gon' meet.
So, everyone, this is my dad, Sidney Joseph Smith, Jr. He's a junior. And I wanted to record this video with him because I wanted to have a bunch of memories because growing up, he always used to drop a lot of wisdom in my life. So, but with all the wisdom that you have given to me, Daddy, I think recording it now is more significant because of what you're specifically going through. What I'm speaking of is we just found out that he has liver disease, and the liver disease was caused by a 10-centimeter mass in his liver. So he was diagnosed with liver cancer, and we took him to the doctor, and they said it's inoperable, and he can't take chemo, and all that stuff will be too tough on him. Plus, his labs didn't support him taking chemo. But I wanted to just have a conversation with you so I can record it to show to my children and be able to show to people how special my dad was and how much I love you specifically and how much you mean to me. And as a man, how much I look up to you and how much you taught me. So my first question for you is, how do you feel?
Strange because I never expected it. And I had to go a long way to get here. And from me to go from where I was to here was a real shock because my mother kept telling me that, oh, you'll be all right, you know. She was a heavy smoker. And I always believe that will be wrong. I'm invincible. Until this happened. So I went through a lot of getting where I'm at now. I don't regret it, because you got to go through certain things in order to get to that. So I don't know. I guess by me being who I am and him being who he is, it kind of mellows out, kind of takes you where you should be, even though you don't want to be, I'm not saying or anything about it. I'm not, I'm
Depressed.
not depressed. Yeah, I'm not none of that, because I've lived my life. I'm 73. And everybody's going through it, got to go through a phase. And maybe this is what I needed right now to straighten me out. Aaron is a very, very petite guy. I mean, he's very noticeable in things, and he knows what to do. And I think it'll be a lesson for him too. And not that he has cancer. I know that him going where he's going will be a great help, because I'm learning from him as well as him learning from me.
What is the greatest challenge to what you're going through right now?
The greatest challenge is accepting what's ahead of us. That's the greatest, because I could sit in the house every day and don't do nothing. Just keep letting it pile up and don't do nothing and complain, and that's not me. He'll tell you that I ain't gonna sit around and wait.
Nah, that's encouraging to us because you're not a person to sit around and mope
Yeah.
and be sad and woe is me and act like a victim.
Yeah.
I think that is helping the whole family.
Oh yeah.
Like when I think about what you're going through, yeah, it's hurting me, but it's helping to know your spirit
Yeah.
is so positive. And I think that's, if I can say I took anything from you,
Mhm.
that's one of the things that I've taken from you. That no matter what's going on in life, when the chips are down, that's where I am my best.
That's right.
When your chips are down with you, when all hell is breaking loose around you, the bills, or the stuff going on with Sydney, the stuff going on with Elsa, you're at your best.
Yeah.
Where do you think that comes from?
It comes from accepting things as they are. Always has. And I know you know that at a certain point in your life, you got to accept it for what it is. You know, you got to do what you got to do, no matter what. And when you told me that Sydney was going to see me, wanted to see me, I was shocked, among other things, you know. But I just hope the rest of the family understand what they have to go through. And Esther especially, because Esther was always different. And Esther learned to accept life after a while. You know, she learned to do what she had to do. You know, and Esther still wanted to do what she needs to do as far as work and this and that. And I don't find fault in her. I just know that she could do more. And the older she gets, the more she'll find out that where she needs to be. And her kids are almost grown now. You know, so it all comes together. Also, it always goes where it should be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no use in me worrying about, hey, I said this, that.
And no use to you applying pressure or stressing about it.
Right. And I can't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know that right now, Esther has learned a lot. She's done a lot. And when she had her babies, she learned a lot. I know that. I know that, you know, she knows she learned a lot because even her nephews and stuff like that, she learned. And I monitor that. I admire her for doing that. And I know that nothing else I can tell her because she knows. She knows and she knows right from wrong. And, you know, even though I wasn't perfect, you know, but I know from this point on, it's going to be a blessing to her. And I know that she'll do what she's supposed to do.
How has God played a role in your life?
Oh, God spent a generous life. I mean, role in my life because there's other things I could be better. There's other things I have done. But me seeing Esther finally, you know, she went to her mother and talked to her mother and her daughter and everything. She learned a lot when being married. You know, she learned a lot from being married and going through the trials and tribulations you had to go through. It all worked out. You don't have to worry about a thing.
It's good. So I hear you saying that God is the center of everything that you've done. He has preserved your life in so many circumstances. With God preserving your life, what would you want to pass on to myself and your grandkids so they can keep going, keep the legacy of going that you built as far as your relationship with God?
Well, to be honest with you, it's nothing that I have done uh, by except listen to God, go to church when I had to go, or just keep it on. You know, you got to keep it on, even if you run into fatality and you run into different things and you stop there and start there and everything. I know I had to work. I know I had to make a living. I know I had to keep grinding. And that's a goddamn grinding. You have that grinding, Sammy has that grinding. So as long as y'all do that, y'all be great. Y'all be fine. Yeah,
That's simple but plain.
yeah, simple.
My next question to you would be, what do you believe your greatest accomplishment is?
Staying married to Calvin.
Staying married. Why is that your greatest accomplishment?
Because you know, me and Carolyn been together 45 years. And it wouldn't have happened. And she said, well, you don't want to go somebody else and do something else. But Carolyn sticks with you. Even though I get on her nerves a lot now. But she will stick with you. She will stick with you. And I don't get mad with her. And I let her know that, hey, I still love you. And you know, still the twinkle in my eye, I'll go anywhere you need me to go.
So marriage has been the greatest accomplishment in your whole life. Amongst all the great things that you have done, you believe being married to my mother is a great accomplishment. Why do you believe that being married or marriage is the greatest accomplishment you can have?
Because you cannot beat it. You cannot replace it. You can't do any of that. You either got to be real or not real. You know, I'm like almost 72, 73 years old. And I know that if she was unhappy, she would have been gone.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
You know that you knew your grandmother, and your grandmother was straightforward. Yeah. Everybody's straightforward. You know. And I don't regret what I had to go through because we had to go through some things. You know, sometimes I didn't have a chance to do what I wanted to do as far as getting with your brother or getting with the children, you and your brother, even your sister, Esther, was like a soldier. And when she made them mistakes, she made them, and then she stood back up, she stood up and went forward. And that's what you gotta do. You gotta keep going. Even if you make a mistake, you get up, count up, and go forward.
Yeah, that's good. That's so good how you highlight the blessings of a marriage covenant.
Yes.
So like I just received a scripture from Lily's uncle, and he was saying to me, the best way to get your prayers answered, and I want to read this to you and I want to see what you think about it. I won't keep you too long because I know, I don't want to tire you out, but I just enjoy this time spending with you. And as God is calling me to share the gospel, share positivity, share love, it's just exciting for me to have you along this journey with me. And I'll ask you a question about what do you believe, how you feel about what I'm doing, and what do you believe that God is going to use me to do on this earth as he prepares to come. But it talks about marriage and it talks about submission, but in first, it says a word to husbands. First Peter chapter 3, verses 7. Husbands, likewise, dwell with them with understanding, giving honor to the wife as to the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers may not be hindered.
Mm-hmm.
What does that scripture mean to you, Dan?
It's deep. It means that she's going to only do so much. She's only going so far. And she's been working longer on the same job for like 15, 16 years. There's nothing I could take from it. It's nothing that I could change. It's nothing that I want to change because sometimes I would like to tell her, "Oh, go ahead and sit down. I got it." And she said, "No, you ain't got what I want." So, you know, and you know, sometimes she surprised me because she's right there on point. She's right there on point. She doesn't drive anything. She doesn't do stuff I want her to do. But she's there.
She's there.
She's always been there. And she'll take care of you as long as you do, as long as you want her to.
And you know, that's amazing, Daddy, because when I think about the marriage covenant and I think about what you're saying about you and Mama's relationship, covenant, right? When you think about a covenant, Mom has been committed to you. She is committed to you to the death. She takes her relationship with you serious. She takes her vows to you serious. What it likens to me, an example, and I love her, you know, and I think Lily and I are building the same thing through some struggles. But it just shows how committed God is to you, how Christ accepts you as himself. And the bride is the church, and God stays committed to the church. So as a husband, we are to stay committed to our wives and honor our wives. And Mom has been so committed to you through the good, the bad, the ups and downs. And it just shows the representation of how much Christ loves you, how much Christ has not given up on you, how much Christ is going to stay committed to you until you die. And that is the most beautiful thing in this world, man.
It is.
That's phenomenal. So I honor you, Dad, because you have showed me what a man should be, how a man should love his wife. And it's helping me at this age. And I thank you for that. And I thank God for that. Because if you leave me anything, it's just staying true and staying down and doing what it takes to love your family, even if it's imperfectly. Phenomenal. I want to go here, Dad. What do you think? How do you feel about what I'm doing? How do you feel about the things that I'm doing in ministry and all of that stuff?
I think it's great. I think it should have been done a long time ago. It should have been done a long time ago because you would have more stuff to look back on and do. But this is a perfect time. You know, this is a time when you get to know yourself and your children. I know because when they're young, you know, you can't just bully them and say, "Oh, I told you to this, that, and that." And I don't think I've ever done that. You know, put stuff in your and demanded you do it. You know, because I wanted you to see what it is. And said a lot of things you did learn on your own. You know, like working on the car and changing the oil and all that, all that kind of stuff, man. But you know, it's a great experience to know that you're able to teach your children. It's just like your girls or boys, you know that you at least got steadfast and movable stuff right there, ready for it to go. Because they're gonna want other things when they get older. They're gonna want. It's like Gracie, you know, when Gracie was growing up, she was the hardest of and hard pounded. So you couldn't just depend on Gracie to do one thing because her mind was going this way, that way. And then she had to go to school and she had to do this and do that. But she stuck with it. But I never ridiculed her. I never said, "Hey, you're a whore," or "You ain't no good," or "You got children out of wedlock, and we know you want to get married." But as I said, she learned. She get older. She started to see what things are. You know, she had girlfriends too. And I think Gracie was, I mind Gracie because Gracie was always in the loop. See, oh, and then no matter what I say, you know. Yeah, so I thank God for my children the way they are. Now,
What if, go ahead.
Sydney, on the other hand, was just doing what he wanted to do when he wanted to do, with any girl he wanted to do. Now, when you told me that you wanted to talk to me and stuff like that, that was phenomenal. I never thought that he would ever change.
How did that make you feel?
Oh, that felt so great.
Yeah.
That was a shocking note. And, you know, I mean, that put the cake on the oven.
Well, you know, God is in control, Daddy. So when God is in control, he'll blow your mind.
I seen that the other day, man.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, man. Where do you see God taking me in ministry and what he's doing through my life?
God is taking you as far you want to go. You know, he'll be with you, and he'll do whatever he wants you to do. And you'll be able to do whatever you can do. But it's right there for you. We're as high as you want to go.
How does it make you feel to see me where I am right now and how much I've grown?
It's great. It's great. And it's going to get greater.
Yes, sir. Do you have any fears?
I'm too old to get fears. Yeah, that's funny.
And are you afraid to die?
No.
No? Why not?
Everybody's got to go there sometime or another. It be you young or old, and the way the society's messed up now. And there's no time limit on how it's going to go.
Yeah. How do you feel about the time that we've been spending together lately?
Oh, I love it, man.
Yeah.
I really do.
How does it make you feel to know you love?
Yeah. You know, I love it, man. Nothing else I could do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just hoping the kids catch on.
Yeah.
Because see, there's still a little dope in the picture as far as that goes. And you can't condemn nobody. You just got to go forward. When you go forward, you do what you can do. And I think the last child we got is 18, got to be 18. That's higher. You got to get her up to 18. Get to 18, bye-bye.
Yeah. My next question would be, man, this will be my final question. How do you feel right now with your walk with God?
Well, I missed a lot of time, to tell you the truth. And I know that at the time I am now, you can't look back.
No.
You cannot look back and say, oh,
Wish it woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah, you can't do it. You just got to go forward.
Yeah.
And you got to take God for what he can do for you.
Yeah.
And thank him for what you can do.
Yeah.
Who knows? Esther could be Adriana could be a great leader.
Yeah.
She could be a great leader because she got to recognize things. And everything I've told her, she's kind of, well, maybe not listening. And now she sees. That was there to tell you a new one.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. What do you want your legacy to be defined by? If anything happened to you, you say, Aaron, I'm going to give you this, and I want you to just continue it, carry it on, give it to your children, have them give it to their children, give it to nieces and nephews. What would that one thing be? Okay.
You have to live day to day. You got to live for today and worry about tomorrow later. Because by the time you get to where you're supposed to be, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
And then if you try to put something in the way, they'll stumble over that thing more than anything. But Cameron's been a hard worker. We've all been a hard worker.
Yeah, that's good.
I thank God for what I have.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about getting more.
Yeah.
Or doing more. Any of that. All I'm worried about is today.
That's good.
Yeah.
So contentment, being content
Is it?
in everything you have.
That's right.
Got it. Well, this is my pops. I wanted to share a little bit of him with you. I believe that God will do exceedingly abundantly beyond anything that we can imagine in this life. But more than that, what I'm confident in is that God will either heal him or God will either save him. So I love those odds with Christ. He's either going to be rested in Jesus till Jesus comes back and brings him home, or he's going to be healed.
Oh, yeah.
So regardless, we have hope. So I wanted to share a little bit of my father with you. Maybe we'll do some more stuff to share. I'll ask him some more questions, but we were just sitting on the couch. I just came home to Florida to visit him and to spend some time with him and just to kind of get his perspective organically and authentically. This guy, man, has done a lot. Oh, one more question for you. Mm-hmm. What made you love helping people so much? Because you have a heart just to help people.
Oh, definitely. You got to have a heart to help somebody. It's got to be made in there. It wasn't no big deal.
Did you get that from your dad or your mom or?
Well, I didn't know much of my dad because my dad was always on the road. He'd help you if he could. And he'd go his way and tell you, he didn't tell you nothing. He just tell you what he wanted you to do, and then you did it. And my mother was like that too. My mother was like, you're going to do it now or you're not going to do it. But, you had to love her for what she was. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know she had died in a couple of years. Mm-hmm. A couple of years. So it was a shock to me. And I know what happened, how it happened, and everything. So that's one bump I didn't want to go, but I had to go right through that bump.
Losing your mom, how did that impact you?
Well, I didn't find out till 2 years later. It was a real shock, but I delivered it, That's how you learn life. You learn from shock to shock. You learn enough that you're supposed to learn. Because if I had learned it all in one day, shoot, I'll be through. Yeah, you have to learn and look like that. And when you learn like that, you remember it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you remember it, and you go further, and you go further and further and further. And it all comes together.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, Dad, I appreciate your time. And appreciate you sharing a little bit with me to share with the world and be a blessing to
man, who else am I going to share with? You're number one man.
That's real. That's real. We'll see you guys next time. Later.
Arise, shine for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. I won't take a step without preaching all the beautiful things you do.
This is something you gotta want. Every time you breathe.
Tell the truth, we keeping it P. And it's 3 different ones, let me say what the first one mean. I'm positive things that I do, cause I got a bright light, don't dim, gon' shine through me. Jesus paid our way by keeping it peaceful, and the right you feel it through me. Ain't scared of calling our God, just join his name, so much he do for me. Prescent, Tell me what you think that mean. Misbelief with faith and watch you achieve. Ain't nothing that God can't bring, can't play me, I'm not one of them. I nenever back down like Job, I never retreat. If you live in the day, it's never too late. God home is all we gon' meet.